Hi everybody, welcome back to a new video. So, I really wanted to make this kind of a series because I've started The Artist's Way and I just finished my first week. And I really want to reflect on my first week. And for people who don't know the book, well, it's called The Artist's Way from Juloa Cameron. It's a book to find your higher creativity, and with this book she has inspired millions to overcome the limiting beliefs and fears that can inhibit the creative process. It's not only for artists but also for lawyers, for entrepreneurs, for everyone. I think it's a book for everyone as well, so I need to finish it, but it's like a 12-week course. You get different exercises, and it's really a book where you can recover from your creative blocks. I have this notebook where I write everything down, the exercises, but also, you know, different bullet points. And for example, in page 30 they talked about basic principles about creativity, and here are some of my favorites. So there's an underlying creative force in everything in life. When opening your creativity, we open ourselves to creative creativity within us and our lives. God gives is creativity. Using it is our gift back to God. And it's safe to open ourselves up to greater and greater creativity. What is also really important is that we don't need to forget that frustrations and rewards exist at all levels on the path. They also add a lot of affirmations. For example, stop telling myself it's too late. Stop waiting until you make enough money to do something you really love. Stop learning that my family and friends think I'm crazy. Stop telling myself that creativity is a luxury and that you should be grateful for what you've got. Or stop telling myself that dreams don't matter, that they are only dreams and should be more sensible. Or stop telling myself it's just my ego wherever I yearn from a more creative life. And I started week 1. So every day you will need to do the morning pages, so waking up and immediately grab my notebook. I have this notebook that I've already shown from Paper on the Rocks, where I actually work. They make books for really big cool brands, which is cool, and it's also tree-free. The paper is totally sustainable. Anyway, enough advertisements. Every week you will have different exercises, and one of them is to do a daily morning page. I did it every day except for Thursday because I was getting distracted by my phone, unfortunately. So the next time I would really like to be mindful about that. It's just the first week and it's already been life-changing. The next task is that you will need to take yourself on an artist date, and I actually did. I went for a run, and well, I am training for half a marathon, and yeah, I think that's really my way to think about how I am moving forward, what I'm doing in my life. And for the next week I would love to go to a museum, even though I have exam week right now. Like, I have an exam within 2 hours. And then you needed to list 3 old enemies of my creative self-worth, and these were people that were like your historic monsters that really gave you your core negative beliefs. Yeah, I've wrote my monsters down, and I think it was a great exercise to really reflect, because normally I just don't want to think about those moments in my life. I just came to the conclusion that it really can block your growth when you don't acknowledge those monsters. Another thing was also to write down my horror story in like your from my Monster Hall of Fame. I also did that. And I think the same way about the last exercise. Is a really great way, and it gave me a lot of perspectives. I needed to list 3 old champions of my creative self-worth and write a letter for them. I didn't yet wrote a letter for them, but I still want to do that this week and give it to them. But the people that were my biggest champions were, of course, my mom, because she's always pushing me to go achieve my biggest dreams, to be a leader, to don't care what anybody thinks of me. She really wants the best for me, and I really appreciate how she is my champion, my lifelong champion. The next one is my mentor. Yeah, she said once, Cheska, you're a very special person. You're not like anybody else, and I wish you the best, and I really want to give you all the opportunities that I can give to you. And I have a lot of business talks with her. She's a really cool woman, and she's also a mom. Yeah, she really saw something in me that I didn't. I also have my vocal coach and my manager, and I'm really grateful for them. Of course, also my friends and sister, but I think these 3 are for now a really big force of who I am right now in my life. Gracias. Yeah, I also needed to write a thank you letter to myself, like a piece of encouragement. Like, thank you, Cheska. Thank you for waking up early. Thank you for feeding myself. Thank you for taking care of myself. Thank you for falling down, but always standing up, etc., etc. For now, I'm really happy with this book. It has been a life-changing week where I found different perspectives on how I am really a person and why I act like I act now, and just let those creative blocks pass and move forward. Yeah, I'm really looking forward. I can't wait to give you guys more updates. Right now I'm going to uni because I have a statistics exam. I've studied a lot, and after that I'm going for a run, and then I'm going to write music as I should. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys.